Samsung has finally unveiled the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip4 and the Galaxy Z Fold4. And yes, they are the two new flagship smartphones of Samsung. Both of them pack the same form factor. You know, the Flip, just like the Flip, the Fold, like this. It's very similar. But what are the new changes? What can we expect from these new smartphones? In this video, we're gonna discuss some of these new features and what to expect from the Galaxy Z Flip4 and the Galaxy Z Fold4. First, let's take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip4. Just like before, the design is very similar from the previous generation. But of course, there are some little bit of changes inside the smartphone. First, we now have a more durable armor aluminum body on this smartphone. And of course, there's the Gorilla Glass Victus Plus that protects the smartphone from breakage or cracks. And yes, according to Samsung, the smartphone is now 10% more durable compared to the predecessor, the Galaxy Z Flip 3. We also have a better hinge on this smartphone. That's why using this smartphone feels more solid. Actually, the previous generation is already solid, and this one, it felt much better compared to the Z Flip 3. There's the IPX8 water resistance as well, which means that the splashes from water or whenever you drop a glass of water on the smartphone, you don't have to worry about that because the smartphone is protected. And yes, despite being a foldable smartphone, I am happy to share with you guys that the smartphone, the Z Flip 4 and actually the Z Fold 4 are both IPX8 certified. For the display, it's very similar from the previous generation. I mean, we still got your 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display. There's the Full HD Plus resolution, and we still got here the Infinity O display, which means that there's the cutout for the selfie camera of the smartphone at the top, which of course gives you a better quality when you're shooting selfies using the selfie camera of the smartphone. And of course, we still got here the 1.9-inch outer screen, which is a Super AMOLED display. And yes, it is still pretty good, and you can see a lot of notifications and more subjects on the outer display, which we're gonna talk about later on. If you're thinking about the crease, well, the crease is still here. It's still noticeable whenever you touch it, but honestly, after a few minutes of usage of the smartphone, it pretty much disappears in my eye. Actually, if you've watched or seen my review before of the Galaxy Z Flip 3 and the Galaxy Z Fold 3, even the Galaxy Z Fold 2, I really didn't bother about the crease on the smartphone, because as you use the smartphone, as you use the foldable smartphones, you just focus on how large the display is, on how pocketable it is, and you barely notice about the crease. As I only notice about the crease whenever I'm touching it. It actually didn't bother me or annoy me whenever I'm playing games. So yeah, it isn't really a deal breaker for me. But you might be asking, what are the other cool new features of the Galaxy Z Flip 4? Well, as I've been using the Galaxy Z Flip 4, I love the camera of this one. It's actually a lot better compared to the predecessor. We've noticed on the Galaxy Z Flip 3, the previous generation, that yes, it's a flagship smartphone. Yes, it's on the Galaxy Z line, but it isn't on the same par as the Galaxy S21 or the S22 series. So Samsung has finally listened to their consumers, and they've upgraded the camera of the smartphone. And we still got here the dual lens camera, but the quality, it's a lot better. In our test of both the selfie camera of the smartphone and also the rear camera of the smartphone, we got here some better colors, sharper photos, and of course a more accurate shots. And I really love the camera of this one. I'm pretty sure that you would love taking photos on the Galaxy Z Flip 4 compared to the predecessor. Now, how about checking out some of the shots that I took using the Galaxy Z Flip 4?
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah.
As for the processor, we got here a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which means that this one would have a better performance and of course better thermals compared to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. With the 8 Plus, which is manufactured by TSMC, it gathered a better thermals according to reviews. In our experience of the 8 Plus Gen 1, we were pretty happy with the performance and the temperatures that we're getting from that processor. But of course, a total review of the Galaxy Z Flip4 would yield us a better results and a better verdict when it comes to performance. As for the optimizations, the Galaxy Z Flip4 has updated most of the applications for the cover screen. You can now reply on the cover screen, do more functions in the cover screen, and I actually like that they've upgraded and they've updated the functions on the Galaxy Z Flip4's cover screen, as I can do more on the outer display without opening the smartphones. And of course, they also made some flex mode optimizations. They added the touchpad and more. And of course, if you're using applications that are supported on flex mode, you would have a better experience with the Galaxy Z Flip4. As for the colors, the Galaxy Z Flip4 will be available in graphite, bottle purple, pink gold, and blue. Now, for the main course, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold4. The Galaxy Z Fold4, well, looking at it, it's pretty much the same. It looks like the Galaxy Z Fold3, but it actually has some design changes. First, the Galaxy Z Fold4 now features a wider aspect ratio, which means that the smartphone is wider and not taller, which means that using the outer display or the cover display of the Galaxy Z Fold4 would yield us to a better experience, as we got here a wider aspect ratio. One of the problems that Fold consumers have on the outer display of the smartphone is that the outer display of the cover display is too tall, and Samsung has decided that, okay, we're gonna make a wider aspect ratio for the cover display. But honestly, it's not really a big change for me, as I barely notice it, as the changes when it comes to the aspect ratio isn't as big as you think. The bezels on the Galaxy Z Fold4 has become thinner as well, which is a plus for us. And of course, we got here a 6.2-inch display on the outer display and a 7.6-inch foldable display inside. And yes, the under display camera of the smartphone is way better than before. The UDC is a lot better. Sometimes you wouldn't notice it, so I really appreciate that Samsung has finally did something on the UDC, which is a big problem on the Galaxy Z Fold3. And of course, the quality has become better as well. Just like the Galaxy Z Flip4, the Galaxy Z Fold4 features a Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, a better hinge, and an armor aluminum body, which gives us a better feel on the smartphone. And yes, the frame feels more solid compared to the Galaxy Z Fold3, and according to Samsung, it's also 10% more durable compared to the predecessor. One of the problems that the Galaxy Z Fold3 users are complaining is the camera. It doesn't have the same quality as the Galaxy S series. True, it's not the Galaxy S series, but Samsung has upgraded the camera of the Galaxy Z Fold4, and they've used a 50 megapixel main camera, and they are now capable of 30 times space zoom. I know it's not a lot, but it's still a worthy upgrade, and I've noticed that I think it's a little bit thicker on the camera module. That's why they have a better quality. And yes, I've tested it, I've tried it. I love the quality that we're getting on the camera of the Galaxy Z Fold3. It's a lot better compared to the previous generation. And honestly, this would be a fine smartphone for me. I mean, I wouldn't probably need another smartphone for camera, because the Galaxy Z Fold4 is already enough for me, as the 50 megapixel main camera of the smartphone is a big leap compared to the previous generation. Now, check out some of the shots that I took using the Galaxy Z Fold4.
In my veins, I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots.
But of course, the Galaxy Z Fold4 also gives us more optimizations to different applications, which gives us the flex mode with the touchpad. I mean, That's a really nice feature. And then of course we got here more optimizations on different applications that gives us a tablet-like experience on the Galaxy Z Fold4, which is something that tablet users would really love on the smartphone. And of course, there's the new taskbar on the Galaxy Z Fold4, which gives you a better multitasking experience, which gives us a kind of like desktop experience. So dragging applications to multitask is a lot easier compared to the Galaxy Z Fold3 and the Galaxy Z Fold2. And in case you didn't know, you can run 4 applications simultaneously on the Galaxy Z Fold4. One window on the side, 2 windows on the other side, and another floating window, which is something that power users or productivity users would surely love. And of course, the smartphone still supports the S Pen, the Fold Edition S Pen, of course. But unfortunately, we do not have a slot here for the S Pen. You still have to buy it separately. You still have to have a different case for that one. So yeah, if you're a power user, if you're always, signing documents, you would probably get the S Pen. But unfortunately, it doesn't have an S Pen slot, just like the Galaxy S22 Ultra. And for the power, we got here Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and again, it's really powerful as we got here 12 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage. We got here 256, 512, and the 1 terabyte will be exclusive to Samsung.com in the Philippine market. But again, it's a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 with a higher RAM. That's why we'll get better performance, more memory, and of course, if you're multitasking on the smartphone, you wouldn't have a problem with the Galaxy Z Fold4. Another plus on both smartphones is that they have an upgraded battery on both smartphones. With the Galaxy Z Flip4, we got here a 3,700 mAh of battery, which is an upgrade from the previous generation, and hopefully, Samsung could address the problems that we're having with the battery of the Galaxy Z Flip 3, and with the Z Flip 4, hopefully we could get a better, battery life. And for the Z Fold 4, we got here 4,400 mAh of battery, and again, hopefully we got here a better optimization for the processor, the display, and of course the battery. As for charging, I didn't see any much of upgrade when it comes to the charging, but yeah, that's Samsung. So I guess that's it for our quick look on the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Both smartphones are pretty good smartphones. I mean, we love the Z Flip 3 and the Z Fold 3. So hopefully, with the Z Fold 4 and the Z Flip 4, they have polished the problems that we had on the previous generation. But yeah, we can't say much about the smartphones until we have the review units. So we're waiting for the review units, but of course, once we have those units, we're gonna share that review at jamonline.ph and of course here at my YouTube channel. So once again, I am Jam of jamonline.ph. Thank you for watching and see you guys again in my next video.